Shenzhen, one of the largest economic, technology, industrial city in China, has reached an astonishing long-term residency of 20 million in 2020. Yet, out of this astronomical number, only 1/3 of the population can actually call themselves citizens of Shenzhen who possess urban hukou and could afford overpriced housing. Before 1979, Shenzhen was no more than a small village located on the southern border in China, right across the most developed capitalist city, Hong Kong. The development of Shenzhen was a combined effort of the government, the local farmers, and the large number of exploited migrant workers. The paramount leader Deng Xiaoping led the Chinese economic reform in 1978, which aimed to open up China's market to the world.
我们的现代化建设必须从中国实际出发，把马克思主义的普遍真理同我国的具体实际结合起来，走自己的道路。
Under this resolution, Shenzhen, along with two other southern cities, has become the testing ground of a globalized capitalism market under a socialism government regime. Large plots of collective lands owned by the local villagers had redeveloped into urban districts. The regional government expropriated farmlands from the local villagers but left housing plots untouched to minimize the compensation cost and to weaken political resistance. As a form of compensation, the municipal government allowed the villagers to join forces with foreign developers to start up their own manufacturing industries. Local villagers indeed contributed to the fast development of Shenzhen by bringing investors through their connections in Hong Kong. But the real attraction to these developers was the large amount of reserved cheap labor force consisted of poor farmers in rural China. After foreign factories started erecting in Shenzhen, large number of rural farmers swarmed into the city. Local villagers in Shenzhen, however, saw the opportunity to capitalize on their profit by transforming from farmers who grow crops to realtors who grow buildings. These informal communities are the primary social housing supply for migrant workers and became known as villages in the city. Now, Shenzhen is one of the largest and most modern cities in China, yet the living condition of those migrant workers has barely changed. Under the strict hukou policy, only people who possess urban hukou that are authorized by the local municipal government has the right to benefit from city welfare. This means the large number of migrant workers who only possess a rural hukou are excluded from these welfares, which include social housing. These migrant workers are also called as amphibians because they usually work and live in the city, but their families and homes are still located back at the rural area where they